Every time I talk about how hard it is to buy a house right now, somebody always says the same thing. You think this is bad? My rate in 1981 was 18%. And you know what? They're not wrong. In October of 1981, the 30-year mortgage rate hit 18.63%. That's the highest ever recorded. Now, quick honesty check, because somebody in the comments is going to bring this up, and I'd rather say it first. That 18.63% was the peak week, one moment in October of 1981. The average for the whole year was 16.63%. So that's the number I'm going to use, the average, because that's what a normal person actually walked into a bank and got. And honestly, it barely matters. 16 or 18, either one is going to make you a little sick when you see the payment. So I went and did the actual math. Real Colorado home prices, real rates, real property taxes, real insurance. And I ran the payment both ways. The answer actually surprised me. And by the end of this, you're going to understand something about today's market that most people, including a lot of agents, get completely wrong. I'm Jessica. I sell real estate here in Arvada. Let's go. Now, let's build the 1981 buyer from scratch. According to the U.S. Census, the median home in Colorado in 1980 was worth $64,100. $64,000. Sit with that. They put 20% down, which is $12,820, and financed the rest, $51,280. At the 1981 average rate of 16.63%. Their principal and interest was $716 a month. Now, at property tax, this is interesting. Back then, Colorado assessed homes at 21% of value. Today, it's under 7%. But mill levies were much higher because property taxes funded about 60% of Colorado schools. Call it about $90 a month. And insurance? Maybe $20 a month. Homeowners insurance was almost an afterthought back then. So your grand total is about $826 a month. Now let's do you. The median home in Arvada right now runs about $640,000. 20% down is $128,000. You finance $512,000 at about 6.5%. Principal and interest, $3,236 a month. Now, property tax. And here's some genuinely good news. Colorado has some of the lowest property taxes in the country. In a lot of states, you're paying 2, even 3% of your home's value every single year. In Colorado, it works out to roughly 0.5%. So, on a $640,000 house, that's about $3,200 a year. Call it $267 a month. That's real money staying in your pocket. And it's one of the few things about buying here that's actually working in your favor. The real formula involves assessment rates and mill levies, and it shifts a little by district. Send me an address and I'll pull the actual numbers for you. But insurance? Colorado is now one of the most expensive states in the country to insure a home. Hail, wind, wildfire. Figure $250 a month. And honestly, get a real quote because I've seen worse. Total about $3,753 a month. So, $826 versus $3,753. Today's payment is about 4.5 times bigger. Case closed, right? Your parents were fine, and we're the ones getting crushed. No, because that comparison is garbage. And here's why. You can't compare $1981 to $2006. You have to compare payments to income. In 1981, the median Colorado household made about $21,700 a year. That $826 payment, that was 46% of their entire gross income. Today, the median Colorado household makes about $92,000. That $3,750 payment is 49% of income. 46% then, 49% now. It was almost exactly as brutal. They weren't fine. They were getting destroyed too. Their pain just came with a number that sounds scarier out loud. Home sales in 1981 fell almost 50% from their peak. Builders went bankrupt. Agents left the business. So when your dad tells you he had a 16% mortgage and you've got it easy, he's half right. He did have it hard, but so do you. The pain didn't go away, it just moved. And this is the part nobody talks about. Look at the down payment. In 1981, it was $12,800. That's about 31 weeks of the median income, 7 months of saving. Today, it's $128,000. That's 72 weeks of income, almost a year and a half of every dollar you earn. That's where it's got harder. In 1981, the monthly payment was the wall. Today, the wall is getting in the door at all. If you're sitting there feeling like you can't get started, it's not a character flaw. The barrier to entry has more than doubled. Okay, here's the one thing I really want you to take from this video. The 1981 buyer got destroyed on the rate, but rates came down. By 1989, they were under 10%. That buyer refinanced. Their payment dropped. The pain was temporary. And while they waited, inflation was quietly shrinking what they owed. You are not buying a rate. You are buying a price. And here's the line I want you to remember. You can refinance a rate. You can't refinance a price. If you buy a $640,000 house, you owe on $640,000 forever. Rates can drop to 3%, and that number does not move, which is why I'll just wait for rates to come down is a trap. When rates drop, buyers flood back in and prices go up to eat the savings. You end up with a nicer rate on a bigger number. And one more thing, because I would rather tell you the truth than make a sale. You've heard real estate always goes up. That's not true, and Colorado proves it. Look at the census numbers. In 1980, the median Colorado home was worth $64,000. By 1990, it was only worth $82,700. Sounds like a gain? But adjust for inflation, and Colorado homes lost about 17% of their real value during the 1980s. The oil bust hit Denver hard. People who bought at the top waited years to get back to even. I'm not telling you that to scare you. I'm telling you because anyone who promises you a house is a guaranteed investment is either lying or hasn't done the reading. A house is a place to live that usually builds wealth over a long time. That's the honest pitch, and it's still a good one. So, was it easier in 1981? No, it was hard then. It's hard now. It's just hard in a different spot. They got crushed by the payment. You're getting crushed by the entry price. But knowing which problem you actually have changes what you should do about it. If your barrier is the down payment, then down payment assistant programs, different loan products, and buying a condo or a townhome first are all real strategies. And that's a conversation worth having. If you want me to run these exact numbers for your situation, your budget, your rate, real Arvada listings, reach out. It's totally free. And I'd rather you make this decision with real math than with a headline. Grab my free relocation guide below. And next week, I'm doing a video on the affordability of living in Arvada. Subscribe, and I'll see you there. I'm Jessica. Thanks for watching.